Hi everyone, it's Keti. Welcome to the Somatics movement series. This is the fourth level of total body connectivity and it's called upper-lower. It's great for action and just feeling capable, giving your nervous system a sense of being able to take action, being able to spring off from a strong base and reach up. If we go back to the first three, we had breath, which was all about initiation, core distal, which was all about self and space or boundaries. And then we had head-tail or spinal aliveness, which really roused our sense of playfulness and curiosity. Now that we're into the actioning body level, it's all about bending from the midline of the body and coming down. So look, one of the basics is your squat, okay? So we all know this one, where you just sit down, okay? You sit down and hold your arms out. Now this squatting action is very much upper-lower, as is any movement that comes down and then lifts up. So you can already see that a lot of these kind of movements could take place perhaps in the gym where you're doing a lot of moving of heavy weight. So upper-lower gives you a sense of capability because as you come down, you engage the biggest muscles of the body, quads, the thigh area, the gluteals, all the big muscles, and you come up. You're using the big joints, the hips, the knees, coming down. But it's not just the down, this is your strong base. Psychologically, you're creating strength and a strong base and feeling that from that strong base, you can then come up. So your nervous system is getting a message of a strong base being created from where you can spring forth and reach up. Now toddlers will sometimes see something on a high shelf or a table and they'll use this action. They'll really come down first and then come up to grab something. So they won't just go to the top and try and grab it. They'll use their actioning strength, which is first they'll come down and then they'll come up. Animals do it too. A cat, before it wants to jump, will come down and then up. So it's very much, I guess, very yang kind of energy. So if you wanted to do this, but your knees are, say, sore, how would you do it? Okay, you could always bend from the midline down and up just slightly. So what happens if your knees are sore and your back's sore and you find it difficult? Okay, so we have a chair. Sit in your chair and simply have your feet flat on the ground and allow your body to bend forward, down, hanging on to the knees, and up. Again, down and up. So perhaps seniors or those who have physical limitations or very sore backs and can't do that movement might find it helpful to just do this very soft and easy chair movement where they're moving down and up, and even do it with their hands down and up, down and up. Now this does engage the core area as well. No matter how you do it, you're always going to find the core is really switched on. And again, if we're looking at this area, it's very much around the solar plexus area, the area of strength and courage, and the creativity area. So I feel that when we engage the middle of the body, we find our inner strength. So you can go to the gym and you can do some upper-lower movements where you're, say, pushing weights up from low. You can do squatting actions or, any movements where you're folding the middle of the body in. And if you have physical limitations, then you can do this on a chair and simply bend down and come up. Now that very action there is already informing our nervous system that we can action something, and that something is normally getting up and out of the chair, right? So when you get up, you normally lead from the head, you come down, and then your thighs engage and you come up. Now in, Alexander technique, Feldenkrais, they use different parts of the body to initiate movement. So a lot of people would assume, being proper and doing their movement well, that they'd sit down like this, bottom first, and then they'd position themselves, and that they'd get up, legs and bottom first, because it's neat, it's kind of adult-like. But if you watch children, the way they sit down, they'll really push their bottom back and then they'll come up. So they'll lead from there. But when they come up, they lead from the head. So you'll find that if you lead from the head, you're able to come into that sense of action quite naturally into the thighs. Look at me now, I'm leading from the head. See, I've just come up from the head. I'm pushing into the bottom. I'm leading in the head area up. So again, the chair is very useful for any upper-lower movements. And again, upper-lower could come in the form of some of the yoga poses, like the goddess poses. You know, these kind of poses are very good for upper-lower, very strengthening. You can use those, or again, you can just simply come down and up. And another thing that's wonderful is that it's an excellent lymphatic drainage squeeze. So remember, we have a lot of our lymph running through our body. Well, it's everywhere. We've got lymph under the clavicle, we've got lymph everywhere, but there are really high density areas of lymph under the arm and in the groin area. So if we do this, if we come down, we lift and then we squeeze. Okay, so we can squeeze it like that. Okay, so I'm coming up and out and I'm squeezing in and back. Or you can do it the opposite way. You can squeeze in and then come up. Squeeze in and then come up, which gives you also a sense of core distal movement, good boundaries, self and space, but at the same time it's saying, harness my energy because I'm getting ready for action, lift off. Harness my energy, action, and at the same time you're getting an incredible lymphatic drainage squeeze through the underarm area and the groin area, right around through the ribs as you bend forward, and the back of the knees where you have a lot of lymph as well. So again, squeezing, lifting, squeezing, lifting. Squeeze hard to 75% of your capacity and then release, squeeze hard and release, squeeze hard and release. So I hope that's helped show you how the nervous system can start to make you feel more capable. It's a way you can feel more, I guess, like you can take action from a strong base to a higher space. And again, we engage all of those other levels. We need the breath to start. We also need core distal, core distal, core distal. And we need our head-tail motion because although it's not curling, we're still engaging our centers of levity, which lift us up, and gravity, which bring us down. Gravity, levity, gravity, levity. And then it comes in, of course, into this particular connectivity called upper-lower. Upper-lower, it's all about action. Next week, stay with me again because we're going to be doing body halves. So for those of you who want more clarity in your decision making, body halves is an excellent one to view. Thank you for joining me. See you next week.